So this experiment that we are going to demonstrate now is the DC servo motor based control system. So we are determining the relationship that exists between the speed as well as the torque characteristic for the servo motor that we are using. So we know that a servo system basically gives the mechanical output in terms of either the position or the velocity or the acceleration. So in this particular experiment, we are mainly concerned with the control of the speed of the servo motor. So there are certain elements in the kit that we have to be familiar with. So first of all, we need to understand that the servo system is always a closed loop type of system. So with respect to this, as you can see here, we have a particular knob in order to adjust a set speed. So here we are giving the reference speed that we want to give, and in correspondence there is going to be a feedback, so which gives the difference that exists for the set speed as well as the measured speed. Now when we want to see what is the difference between the set speed and the measured speed, so naturally it has to be recorded with respect to the servo motor here. So in the servo motor, basically we are going to have an optical encoder inside it, so which goes on recording how many number of pulses are being counted with respect to each rotation here. So therefore we are actually counting the number of pulses per second that is being covered here, and as you can see, there is a sensor interface which has been connected with this particular servo motor arrangement as well as the kit behind here. Okay, so now this connection, it is going to give the feedback value of the speed at this particular point. So we have the set speed and we have the feedback speed with respect to this arrangement, and in correspondence now we have an error signal being produced here. So the next part of this kit is the controller that we are using. So the controller, it can be in terms of a simple P controller, that is the proportional controller, or the integral controller, or the derivative controller. So we can make use of either of these control modes or all of these control modes in order to give a proportionate control signal which is going to be in terms of voltage. So in this particular experiment, we are going to consider only the proportional type of controller, and its gain value is being adjusted from 1% to 100%. So with respect to this proportional gain whatever we are giving, now the value of the speed, it can be correspondingly increased, and this on the output side will produce a control voltage which is then given to the next section here. So the next section what we are specifying here is the PWM drive. So in the PWM drive, it considers this constant voltage, that is this constant control voltage VC, and in correspondence to it, it produces varying duty cycle. Okay. So once you have this varying duty cycle, it changes the value of the output voltage as well as the speed on the output side here. So with this control voltage, now there is a variation in the duty cycle made in the PWM drive, and as a result there is a variation in the speed, and this interconnection what we are having with respect to armature terminal, so that also has been specified for this A as well as AA terminal, and correspondingly A and AA terminal in the DC servo motor. So now basically to start with the experiment, there are some initial adjustments that we need to make. First of all, we are going to select this particular toggle switch to be in the set speed position, and the next adjustment that we have to make is with respect to the second toggle switch, we are selecting which type of controller we are employing. So we are embedding the controller which is present in the internal area of the strainer kit. So therefore the toggle switch has to be in the internal mode, and correspondingly now the speed feedback whatever we are getting from the sensor, it is going to be on the basis of how many number of pulses have been covered per second. So therefore the pulse has to be in the on position. So these are the initial conditions that we need to keep in mind before we start the experiment. So now let us just switch on the circuit. So like I said, first and foremost we are going to select the set speed here. So the set speed variation I am going to make with respect to this knob here, and with respect to the knob I am going to have a maximum value of 1493 rpm. Okay, so now I have specified the set speed, and now let us calculate what is going to be the actual speed of this PMDC servo motor. So now I am switching over this toggle switch to the actual speed position, and if you notice here, the speed in RPM is now showing 0. So it is showing 0 because now we haven't selected any controller action existing here. So as soon as we select the controller action, in correspondence now this will also start to produce a speed. Okay, always keep in mind that the rating of the PMDC motor should be taken into account whenever we are employing the speed here. So the rated speed of the PMDC motor that we have is 1500 rpm. So now, since I am making use of just the proportional controller here, let us make the variation in the proportional gain, which is ranging from 1% to 100%. So now gradually I will just start to increase this proportional gain, and notice that the speed in RPM, it does not exceed the value of 1500 rpm. So I will just start varying it now. So we have to vary it very carefully and gradually, because the speed it might exceed here. So the sensitivity here is because of the fact that the controller, no matter how much you are increasing, it will give you an increased speed. But we need to keep in mind that the PMDC servo motor that we are using, it is rated only for 1500 rpm. So now with this adjustment, we can see that the rest of the control action will be taken by the VC voltage here. So in correspondence to this control voltage, now the PWM is going to specify the value of VA as well as IA. Okay. Now in order to note this down, if you notice the last toggle switch here, it generates the value of either current or voltage on the basis of which position it is lying in. So as of now, for this speed, that is 1550, I have the current of 0.42. So now we are going to plot the variation that exists for speed as well as torque, which means that upon increasing the value of load, now I want to check what is happening to the current and correspondingly what is happening to the speed. So in order to apply this load now, so before we apply the load, let us check the value of current here. It is 0.42, and the value of voltage correspondingly, it is 10 volts here. Okay. So now I will bring it back to the current position, because now the variation in load whatever we are making, it is going to be in terms of the load current. So the PMDC servo motor that we have selected, it has a maximum load current capacity of 1.3 amperes. So therefore we need to keep in mind that whenever we are increasing this value of current by increasing the load here, it should not exceed the 1 ampere value. Okay. And also there is a suitable arrangement that we have in the DC servo motor part here. So for applying the load, now we are going to just vary this particular lever here, which now brings this brake magnet closer to the servo motor system, that is the rotor system. So now let us reduce the speed a bit, little to 1500, and then start applying the load. So now as the brake magnet comes in close contact with the rotor system, we can see that in correspondence the current is also increasing. So let us say I am taking the increment of current by 0.2 amperes. So it was 0.4 earlier, now I have selected it to be 0.6. So now correspondingly, if you look at the speed, you can see that it has reduced from the 1500 value to 1260 rpm. Okay. So likewise, now we just need to go on incrementing the load again by a 0.2 ampere value. So now if at all I am keeping this as 0.8 amperes, so in correspondence the speed that I have is 1141 rpm. So on this basis, now we have established the fact that as I keep on moving this brake magnet close to the rotor system, I am going on increasing the value of load, and since the value of load is increasing, the value of current here increases, and correspondingly the torque also is increasing. And as the value of torque goes on increasing, now the speed in RPM it is decreasing. So this is the relationship that we want to study by making use of this DC servo motor control system. So with the increase in the value of torque, the value of speed is going to be reduced. So whenever we are considering the plot between the speed on the y-axis and the torque on the x-axis, we can see that we are getting a decreasing value of slope as the torque speed characteristic. So the further part of this is involving the calculation here. So in order to calculate the value of torque, we should consider Kt into Ia. So this value of Kt is going to be nothing but the constant of this particular motor. So in order to calculate this constant, we'll consider the relation that exists between the back EMF as well as the speed here. So in correspondence to this, the back EMF and the speed are directly proportional. So we will get a linear graph with an increasing slope. So with that, we will find out the value of Kt, and we are going to multiply that value of Kt with whatever corresponding current we get to find out the torque. So by this particular calculation, finally we will be able to plot what is the speed as well as torque characteristic. So now once the experiment is completed, that is once we have finished the recording until 1 ampere, the next thing to do is reduce this particular load here. So we are going to reduce this load and bring the brake magnet back to its position. So once this is done, now going in the reverse order, next I am going to reduce the proportional gain that has been given. And after this, we are just going to power off this particular circuit.